turned. Get him! I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. This one! Too slow. Kill! Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Cid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you! Elle. Theodore. Take care of my sister. Theodore, wait. Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive.
That was true bravery he showed. His first instinct was always to protect people.
And now he's gone, because I sent him to that...
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could...
to live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of... and I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. A late bloomer. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until my parents tried to drive him out of the house before they could.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of... But he said you deserved a better life than this, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had how much easier my life might have been if I devoted myself to the family business. But I have never regretted the decision. Being with my brother meant more to me than I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice. He was never a burden. If anything,
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You did whatever was necessary to and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. I know Theo wanted me to move on. At times we can make a difference here. We can help. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do. Bringing smiles to people's faces and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together.
Clive!
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought...
Since we... All is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain and firmly at the helm. Our stores are just as the good lady...
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil. Because of how he stopped...
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear but if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in and they have formed what one could call, and they grow more organized.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we can, the longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult. Our best hope is to nip by finding those ne'er-do-wells who are perhaps a certain Lord Underhill.
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my... Victor will fill you in. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating report.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's... easy.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalimil, Victor?
Ah, Cid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. I've developed something of a fondness for them, and having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, a sentiment Master Lubor certainly...
You're not the only one.
What does he want you?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bat, and he said that you might be able to help.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can say, but we must strike together, and we must strike soon.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
If those ne'er-do-wells want to band together, let them. There'll be no match for us.
Let's go. Run like the wind. All right. That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off! This one! Over here! This one.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandit.
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole town's saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits, some of the children, and when Lubor fell, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know...
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for, well...
We're sorry, Lubor, but we just couldn't and...
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones...
Once people make up their minds, it's hard. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them.
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. You head to the tap. Make Conrad and Natalie... They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, I can't promise anything.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a...
He knew all along that he was...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but...
I've seen...
As have I, Lord Under... The rumors that he's a bearer.
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, in this at least he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you.
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. And they will thank you.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I.
You never know. Once their anger is cool...
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assumed...
There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this lifetime.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into them.
No. And your efforts would be better.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is yourself be true. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true, and so must I be. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain, so that for only united can they hope to stand. I'll need to make a...
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the...
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople...
I would not take it, Victor.
Over. And so just like that, you're going to throw the... I thought you were better than... But it seems you had me.
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice?
Of those available to me, but where are my manners? Right then. I've packed...
If there's anything I can do...
I'll... Deriton.
insane. You're supposed to...
Ah, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gazal Greenseed. Martha's keen to cut the apron string. I jest, of course. But they'd long since gone to sea.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers so that they'll be able to fend for them.
That's not about... These bearers had only recently... They know little of freedom, unless we teach them how to live like free men. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. It's about time we all started to... Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to...
The Horde is closing it. They're coming, Sir Wayne.
Time it all. I gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir Wayne.
The Horde?
A Kashek, a veritable legion of... We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from...
What if you could call on reinforcements from East...
You mean the bearers? We brought...
So wait. You said you lack men, though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians.
You're right, Mike. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you...
Thanks to you.
Me?
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments.
Each upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment...
You're going to lure them into the...
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from... With luck, that point will be the village square, and for you and I to...
A sound plan, but one that'll require... I'd say you have both in abundance, so please.
Ha! And let...
Sir Wade!
That we work together, each shielding the other, that no man... For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on
Well, the better half of her guard is... So wait, how many
Hard to say. My men are still... I could order a detachment.
No. You stay here too, Sir Wade. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is...
If you're sure. May the Founder protect you.
Faster!
to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield.
It's dead.
Thank the Founder. We were able to eradicate. I have guardians posted around the village to keep... I hesitate to say it, but...
I think it might.
We saved East... Thank you, my...
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together.
We never had nothing to call our own, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade, but there's no doubt in my... We're free men now. We have to fight to protect.
And we shall. This is our home.
They'll have us to answer to.
Come on, then.
This village isn't gonna...
They're not slaves anymore.
No. Your father took pity on... And I believe if he was still with us...
I believe he might be...
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have... Speaking of which, I ought to be getting...
Can we continue to count on your...
Of course. And I, as Rosarians...
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the gold. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds.
All right.
Lord Rosfield, clearing the goblins from the still... There's one side that since that day there have been more than a few, when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy. But every time I would think back to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face...
So wait, you have always been... I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosette...
Thank you. I know the rest of the world will be saying...
The hero return? It's lucky you came by when you did. Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved...
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get reward. Take it, before I...
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally... and a home to free Bear...
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bear, though I suppose the rest ain't, but, you know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to recall that...
I take it you didn't always see eye...
Well, if you really wanted... In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Me, I thought he was a new constable. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was... told me I was giving them relief, but not... Right under my skin it did. Do you know what he did? And then I did the same.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. Just like your dad. Do you know I was... He certainly didn't lack for...
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps...
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it... Good thing we've got a few half-decent... It's almost enough to... Anyway, enough. Better get back to work. Let's see about the least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve as a...
That sounds like a wonderful...
Anything catch your eye? Much obliged. Pretty well.
The Dominion's all but done for. Then it's lucky.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
And you're just gonna fall into line?
I don't trust this Duke.
Oh, Clive. My wards and I may soon...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lot.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title. The Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military a foundation upon which to build. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants.
He would rob the populace to...
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion.
What does Captain Philippe make of it? When the town was under attack, it was him, the soldier.
How? By a man whose stated aim... The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an... No. But given the mood around town...
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you... for your services to Northreach. You, and unlike Philippe... Well?
I'll see what I can...
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison...
Overseeing the...
All right. I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants. We already have a leader in the Dane.
Halt. Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able to speak.
We're under orders not to let any civilians... But you should be all right. Wait here.
So, you are the self, and I shall see it. But tell me, is...
Neither, Your Eminence.
Ah, you are worried the expanded yet you needn't be. Pride of place, in fact. But no more. For it is they...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely which is more than can be said for Orif. The Empire wants for a capital, and... with Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen, we need only build a wall around both to... Plans are already underway. Soon enough, these thralls...
I fear you underestimate how should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together.
The people will... If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, one whose authority is... That is why this... So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so. And yet, there are those who persist.
I suspect.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own...
Sabine, we have
Yes! And I told you then how putting the empire before...
Without an empire, there are...
And in yours, there will be only beggars.
Do not take her name in vain.
I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Do you
think he was the only one who survived? Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Could be trouble.
All right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall. And now he's trying to drive us out completely. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town...
That so-called Duke is asking too much.
Sell anything today? As much.
I've been hearing a lot of talk.
Nothing good, I'll wait. Going around acting like he... And with hardly a word to the dame.
I take it you'd rather she was in.
As far as I'm concerned, just need his eminence to sod...
The garrison salvaged what they could.
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some... If he thinks his name and his... will do whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
And you're just gonna fall into line.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the...
Well, I mean, look around us. The traders might not like having us think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the... And if that means people who don't know one end of...
Well, what do you think?
What do I think?
We already have a leader in the Dame.
One at a time now. Is enough for it.
You're the one who's talking.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. What do you think of his plan?
I'm a soldier, mate. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame. That's where my loyalties lie, not with it. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we...
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to... All I know is that unless the... Look, no one likes all these... Once Sanbreque is back on her feet...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
A whole day to dry some...
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
Captain.
For you? Sir, thank you for last. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the... Do you intend to go along?
To tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect...
That's right.
Well, she doesn't...
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love is what... Well, thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing, at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive, were you able to speak?
I was.
Well, it will certainly help to hold back, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the... They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinion. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chest. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content, and not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your unit?
I handed it in. Told the lads I wished them well, but because I realised what really mattered. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of protecting North. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not. And when they do come back, we need to stand together. With you to lead us, my lady. It was you who finally convinced. There's no point following orders if...
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best. We have only to turn our attention. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, my lady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale? I fear His Eminence has...
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach, especially with men like I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke. But I suspect I shall have to call upon... Until then, Clive.
Until then...
Your town needs you. Saw the captain just now.
I would speak with this Duke.
What does the Dame have to say about all this?
Deserve a rest. That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
We were just about to make a start on that.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without you. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in, and that whetstone from the Outer Isles. And the final flourish will...
A team effort.
Now, save that talk to the... Right. I'm...
To the bellows of it.
Well, bugger me.
It's...
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you.
So, does this make you Pear the Great?
This? It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history, but we're up for the challenge.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking.
We reckon with those items there, we could...
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start...
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time.
Then tap the...
Gear, or... I never thought that if it hadn't been for you, we... So, what'd it be? Anything else?
The stew's awfully thin these days.
What do you expect?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. Ah, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, I see, sir. Good, thankful.
I'll fit him to the smelt. Me? The Telebomb!
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon again!
It's fine.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make it.
You could just...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you... And I reckon I know how. With a... It's a metal, see? So it's love...
Stretchy metal.
That is the... So? What do you reckon?
It's... Actually, thank you, Owain.
Shh. Don't mention it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Can't think of any right now, but maybe even out there. One day, the whole world's gonna know about it.
They'll hardly believe they're...
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson?
Canva lost.
It can be true.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had any.
Don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
What do you recommend?
Still alive, are you? Go on, then. You'll not find a better price than that. And how were you going to carry all that? You're rubbing me blind, you know.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me.
The stew's awfully thick.
you said?
I'm looking for Doris.
I'm afraid not. She's at my job, actually. When she heard what the mission was...
Did she?
Following up on some... Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the... I'll go and find her.
if she's not moved on already, yes.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe... I was right to be worried. Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes. Colours too.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brought
you? I heard you...
Of course. And it had to be me. The bear... She's no fool. If we'd come...
That was her just now. So... was it a fruitful...
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers after her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach. She's dangerous, Sid.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can...
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead.
Run like the wind. Good. How did Doris come to know it?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming.
Back to civilization, is it, Mark?
With all haste. Lest any of you... I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more...
Yes, Mom.
Oh. It appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your esque.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my... I surrender.
Cid.
Ah, Doris, you know... But casting your lot with this criminal...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Cid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, she raised me like a daughter. And I did.
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager to learn. And had such... But you proved yourself a mark. How about it, my little debt?
I never swore my blood to liberate the bear. Farewell, master.
You always were a... Perhaps that's the reason I love...
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be, and she no longer has friends in high places. The Dane?
All right.
I am. And thank...
And I should head back to the hut.
Welcome back, Cid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you say...
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway. Oh, and your letter.
I'd been hoping as much. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former... She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sanbreque, and she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love, but it can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. Suppose you had quite the past yourself before you came here. Anyway, thanks again, Cid.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
The stew's awfully thin.
Covered in nicks and lumps. The lot.